Now, I don't like to involve myself in people's marital affairs because if you're not married, you don't really know what it's like. Well, true, but if you've been surrounded by a marriage, you get firsthand on what it's like. I've been surrounded by many marriages, learned a lot, learned a lot. But this isn't about a marriage. This is about people and their own insecurities. That's all it is. Because when you were with this woman, nothing in the world anybody said about her, what they thought about her, even mattered. This woman was a woman you loved. And over all other things, you chose this woman to have your children and made an agreement with her that she was to raise the kids and support him in any way he needed to be supported while he went out there and supported the family as a team. Marriage is team. Having somebody who understands they have a same or similar goal, and normally that's family. But in other words, it's more than that. But in this situation, based on the information we have been presented, where it's via people that she knows or friends with, via her, via him, via what we've all know and come to learn on the things that we never spoke about because that's unmanly to do. Based on all of these things, and after watching that episode, it was clear, you know, this guy is caught in his own web of insecurity that you've seen happen time after time after people who've been together so long. Men always use that thing, we grow apart. Was it her that was wanting out of the marriage, want to ruin? We always want to blame the woman. See, if she wasn't doing, she was dancing on Floyd, man. That's why T.I is like, man, forget that. I'm out of there. I don't blame Tip. Y'all don't. Y'all just see the surface. Under those layers, he didn't want it. He didn't want to be married no more. This man ain't want to be married. He was out doing stuff with people she signed to be in one of her groups. What would make you want to go sleep with somebody that your wife has hired? You would go and get somebody way outside of where your wife would even probably know about. When you do stuff like that, you don't care no more. That's like inviting a woman into the bed, in your wife's bed where y'all sleep. You don't care no more. You want to be caught. You want an excuse to be out. But you ain't man enough to say, I think we should sit down and talk about ending it. He's more concerned about how it's going to look on him. And when she went and filed for divorce, it's a slight against him. You're turning against me after all I've built instead of we. It's I. You're bringing me down. When you start saying I, you, me, you're not in a marriage no more. You ain't saying us or we. You see, a marriage is just basically the paperwork and the agreement to confirm the relationship. So when you're in a relationship, you're already thinking us and we. So you're not thinking us and we no more. You're not even in the relationship. You've broken the whole thing. The marriage that's holding it together is just the paperwork. So when you're not thinking in those terms, that's why people ask you in the beginning, if you have a real thing, what are your goals? If your goals is not to include that person, or they just to be an object of your support, then you're guys like you, that's your own arrogant insecurities. See, you more insecure about what she's doing. Yo, you over there with so and so that I don't deal with. I'm at odds with that person. When the only reason you at odds with that person is because she goes over there to hang out with him and she's friends with him. That person never did nothing to you. That person never crossed no lines with you. He's never disrespected her or nothing. But that's you acting out because you know what you doing is wrong. So you like, I'm out here doing wrong. I can't trust. She ain't doing the same. That's wanting your cake and wanting to eat it too. It's selfish. It's arrogant. And I used to defend this guy time and time. No, man, Tip ain't like that, man. You know, Tip just going through a thing. You know, it's two sides to every coin. But what he's doing is he's a different type of abuser. He's a mental abuser. She loves him, still loves him. He the father of her children. But he's mentally playing against what ails her. He's playing on her insecurities, her fear of not being wanted or liked. He's playing on those things. While he was like, this ain't his first trip to the rodeo. He been doing this beforehand. And instead of all these other women who were far out and all these other things he called rumors and all this, he's making her feel as if she's not doing something right to make him want to be, he feel like he shouldn't be wanting to like other women or be with them. So it must be something his wife is doing. Now he don't say those words, but it's certain words that he used that implies that. An imperialistic tone that he uses, as if she's stupid and cannot sit down and have an intelligent conversation to discuss these things. So when he started dropping the words on her, she started feeling like, oh, okay, well, I got to keep up with what's going on. And then she's got to read on the internet all the time. She's ugly. Why would T.I be with her? Why would he choose such an ugly wife? She looks like Miss Piggy and all this stuff and all this abusive cyberbullying she has to go through. And then you, instead of showing support, you go out and you do what you do. Now she's getting implants, saying, I loved you anyway. You don't even need that. But if you want to get it, then okay. But you don't need to be flaunting it all over the internet. Because that was your main concern. Why is you showing the internet? I don't want you to do that. Because you want to control the situation. But she went and got fake boobs. She's doing that so she can feel some self-worth. Her eyes are done. Her lips are done. Her hair is blonde. She's definitely suffering from an identity crisis of insecurity. It's obvious. And instead of empowering her, you play off that. And that's the weakness in men who view money and success as the main ingredients of making it. And that's what I believe is his main goal, even though he thinks he's doing it for family. How is splitting up a marriage better for the family? Were you thinking about your kids when you was out there messing with this woman that worked for your wife? Are you still even with this woman? What about that woman made you feel that was the thing to do? This is where I need to be. She's going to help me get to the next level. Because if she's not, then what was the sense of sleeping with her? Self gratification. But you couldn't man up to that. And this is why people don't get married, because you create a hateful, spiteful woman. Men like you create these type of women that we got to deal with, because they done been scorned, because they've been dating a guy who's been lying to them. And they know it. They be like, I got her by the brain. She ain't going nowhere. She gonna be with me for the rest of my life. And I'm gonna do what I want to do, and she gonna be under my thumb. See, there's all different type of abuses in the world. But when you enslave somebody mentally and control their mind, then you feel like you could do whatever you want because you got them. And that's what this situation is. In my book, that's why I can't support this guy and nothing he do no more. Nothing. I gotta just part ways with Tip. Can't defend him. Nothing. He's gone. I don't agree with treating women like that. If you feel you gotta cheat on your wife and make her feel like she's the victim and the reason why you're doing it, you're not a man. You're a boy who's afraid to face the facts that that's what you wanted. The onus is all on you, not her. You just didn't want to do it no more. You was being selfish, but can't come to grips and the turn to make yourself look like the victim or make yourself look like what you are. So, on that note, I'm done with this T.I and Tiny thing. And I will not be giving that, whatever that chick is, who keeps going on social media and showing the mother his children like she don't have any sense because she want to be famous. But these are the kind of girls he chose over his own wife. And I never understood that. And people was like, well, why come when these men cheat, they don't cheat with women that's better than their wives? They cheat with what's lesser. Why is that? Because that's one of the main reasons why men cheat. They want the lesser. Because the lesser is always going to look at them and be like, wow, you're something greater than me. That's why they choose the lesser. The lesser is kissing up to them, making them feel imperial. Like, yeah. But if you try to go something higher than his wife, well, that person that's higher might not look at him and treat him as well or treat him like he's imperial. She might treat him just as a man. And he's not ready to accept that. He wants to be a god or a king. He wants to be treated like that. He wants that feeling. So they choose something lesser. That's all it is. And on that note, I'm out.